it all goes back to one fact. 3D, autostereoscopic 3D is as close as it gets to the natural eye vision. My name is Norbert Haas. I'm the CEO of Tridelity Display Solutions in North America. First time I actually got in touch with 3D was with, I think it was even in the 80s, you know, when we had those green and red little glasses you just took out of a paper book, and you know, and of course it's fascinating. Tridelity essentially is a manufacturer of autostereoscopic 3D displays. We are a technology and an innovation leader in the development of 3D technology and 3D solutions. Originally starting as a small startup in the Black Forest in Germany, again in 2005. Now we have an office here in the US since about a year. There's also another office in South America, in Brazil. We have just recently founded a joint venture with a partner in Dubai, and we are looking heavily into Far East and potentially open up there another office. We do have the broadest range of autostereoscopic 3D displays available. We have two different technologies, one we call single viewer and one we call multi-viewer displays. The difference is a single viewer display is essentially designed for somebody who is working in a desktop environment. It could be an architect. Here somebody is sitting and working on a desk in front of the display and has a certain narrow sweet spot, meaning he can basically move about two inches to each side and is still on that sweet spot. If he goes beyond that 4 inches, he basically sees the invert. So it's used for somebody on a desktop and is used to work on it on a daily basis. On the other hand, we have multi-viewer display, and those are displays where you essentially can stand and sit wherever you are in front of that display. You have what we call an optimal viewing range. It starts at about 10 to 12 feet and goes way back to 20 or 25 feet and about 120-degree viewing angle. And anywhere within that certain range you have what we call an optimal 3D effect. In this business, content is essentially the only deciding factor. The display itself, it's already, I should say, a commodity. So content is king, and content creation and content conversion and content acquisition is most crucial. And I think what our core competence entails, next to the fact that we can actually do and manufacture those displays, is all the peripherals around the display itself. That means software tools like plugins. We have developed a generic driver that allows us, our displays, basically to communicate in real time, interactively, with any OpenGL application that processes volumetric, meaning 3D data. And there's literally hundreds and hundreds of those applications out there. All of those applications actually process already today 3D data. You just don't visualize them, or because you have a flat 2D display. So we can actually, with that driver, do that in real time, and then in real autostereoscopic 3D. Basically, you zoom in, you zoom out, you flip, you turn, you tilt, whatever you do, also you see in real time in real 3D. It's an absolute key part of our technology offering because it is unique. We're the only ones doing it, and it actually serves two major industries. Some of our displays have actually integrated PC. Now, why is that important? An integrated PC helps tremendously if you roll out, make an installation, and you just have to set up, basically put the display on a hook or just put it somewhere on the wall if I need a power outlet, and that's basically it. With our underlying technology, parallax, barrier, and 5 views, we can create the largest pop-out in the industry. Pop-out means 3D effect popping out of the display. You can actually say a rule of thumb is half the diagonal of the display is actually popping out. Let's say you have a 42-inch display, 20 to 25 is actually the maximum pop out you can get. Now this is extremely important, especially if we're talking about advertising, digital signage at a retail store or in a hotel, because it grabs your eye, it grabs your attention. What we have in digital signage in general, we only have pre-rendered content. However, we would like to, of course, also bring video content, not application, video content to the display, maybe even in a live fashion. And the only way you could actually do that is using a camera acquisition system that has essentially 5 cameras on one single rig, and where you actually record your video and then replay it, and then in a later stage, actually towards the end of the year, it will also be possible to actually do that live. And that opens, of course, other avenues. I can give you an example. Think about an NBA game, Madison Square Garden. Those cameras are installed. It would give the it would be possible to actually broadcast an NBA game and have it replayed, let's say within the arena somewhere, or at a sports bar around the corner. It is possible to actually take a cell phone or whatever, your iPod or your iPhone or your BlackBerry or whatever, and or anything else that is a smaller display, and make this autostereoscopic 3D. I think the issue is more, okay, what is a feasible business model, and how fast can that be achieved? Yeah, and with which partner you want to do that. If you want to put autostereoscopic technology into a small device like a BlackBerry, the question is, okay, what can you actually do with it? And it comes back to the content, how much content is available, how would you produce that content, or convert existing content into autostereoscopic content. But I think it comes back a little bit to that question. Technologically, in principle, of course, not a problem at all. Will it come? I'm absolutely certain it will. Yeah. Or where we are right now is refine, make better, further develop B2B applications, always be on the cutting edge, on the innovative end, bringing new technology to the market. And over time, work with partners on the consumer side. I'm sure, I very much hope, that in 5 years you're going to have a Tridelity TV in your living room.